race 132, the senior B and C open standards. First on the water, Power Blades. Second away already are the Dragon Masters. Brisbane River Dragons. Now they're away also, and now the Senior A women's standards, they will now follow. Pittwater are on the water and away. Manly have now been given a start and they are underway. Six different strokes. Yep. Subsonics are out. Now we have different strokes given their orders. They're underway. Yeah. And now Tweed are underway. So we had a list with two other teams, but they seem to have withdrawn. So we've got three of the Senior BC Open standards and four of the Senior A Women's Standard boats. And away they go. So just to inform people that may not have seen dragon boating before, this is not the first to the end of the race wins. This is a timed event. Not only is it timed, but there are judges out on the water. If you look out, you'll see them in their yellow fluorescent jackets, etc. And they're positioned strategically round the course to make sure that all the rules of this particular racing are adhered to. That is giving way where it's required to a team that may be overtaking, etc. If there is any infringement of rules, then the judges will take points and deduct points from the team that has incurred their wrath. And at the end of the event, the judges get together, that is the judges in the on shore, and they start computing what the situation is, and they work out the times of the individual boats together with any infringement deduction of points, and thus that is how the winner is determined. Now, if you get across the line in first place, that is merely for kudos only. Now, of course, those who know dragon boating recognise that description as it is, but there are many people that may be looking haven't seen dragon boating before, and thus I hope that gives you some idea of how this progresses.
So look at these guys coming into this first corner now. These are the boats 5 and 6, Manly and different strokes just going in. It's going to get. Let's see if the boat's going to. Let's follow it round. You can see how they're coming around the turn. These are, of course, standard boats, so they're not so tippy as the smaller boats. So they're going to cope better with going around the corners. This is the first corner, so not so much sort of close action, but as they come down this straight and come into the second corner at the end by the tower, we're going to see some closer things going on. And maybe you should get your cameras to focus on the front two boats now, because you've got a battle going on and an overtake coming on. So these are the boats that are approaching the tower now on the far side. Boat 1 and 2. Here we go. So here's Power Blades and Dragon Masters. Power Blades set off first, remember, and they're already being overtaken by Dragon Masters. So Dragon Masters is going to have the right of way on this corner. There are certain rules about the corners, and basically if the inside line boat gets in line with the tail of the outer boat, then it automatically gets a right of way at the 50-metre mark. The 50-metre mark they're just passing now, which is that orange buoy, and so Dragon Masters have got a definite advantage here. They get right of way to go around the corner, and Power Blades are going to have to run a little bit wide to avoid a collision. Boat 3 here, as you see, is Brisbane River Dragons. Now, they haven't got right of way on this one, but you might notice when they head up to the next corner, Brisbane River Dragons might catch them. But this is a great shot. Power Blades in the yellow have right of way, so that you can see how Dragon Masters have had to take a wider turn to avoid a collision. So that's slowing their boat down. Brisbane River Dragons now have a great opportunity on the inside line to overtake. So this has been a really good corner for Brisbane River Dragons and a really awful corner for Power Blades, who were the guys who set off first. They're already now been overtaken by 2 boats. And Brisbane River Dragons, being a really strong boat, are definitely not going to give way to the Power Blades going up this 500 metres. So, nice shot there as they head up to the start line. Can we get over to the other far side as these other boats come round the corner? 5, 6 and 4, please. Okay, the other boats are coming into the corner now, so we've got 5, 6 and 4, and these are this is Manly, different strokes, and Pittwater. Nice shot as they all come round, but very much whatever angle you come in on, the back end of the boat has obviously got to follow it. 6 is coming through the middle here, that's good. So different strokes. They've overtaken 4 and 5, so that's going to put them in a good position for medals. And now it's about really hammering the accelerator down, not allowing the pace to stop. This is where the helms are vitally important when you're going up this straight, because mentally you're starting to feel tired and you're thinking about I might fancy slowing down a bit. So just a bit of encouragement from the helms on the back to say, come on, give me 10% more, and you keep that boat pace up, because having to keep slowing the boat up and down is taking a lot of energy. You want to keep that boat at a constant pace all the way round. It's a bit like doing splits in athletics. Keep the speed right, go into the corners right, and you're going to have a better time than the other boats. So I just held this picture for a minute, but then the other 3 boats at the far end are about to go into that corner again, so that'll be good to pick that up.
Tweed have entered into the front straight here. They're going up towards the 1500 metre mark. And as we speak, we look up towards... So
here we go, the Power Blades, Dragon Masters and Brisbane River Dragons are now entering that corner again, and it looks like Brisbane River Dragons actually got the got the inside leg advantage on the yellow team, so they've been able to take the lead in this race. And given they started in 3rd and they're now in 1st, Brisbane River Dragons are now probably leading the pack here. But you can never tell with the times, but it stands to reason that if you started in 3rd and you're now in 1st, you're probably one of the fastest boats on the water. So the nice shot here. Dragon Masters haven't necessarily given up, but they're on the outer edge now, on the outer line. And as we've seen all day today, Brisbane River Dragons have got a very good stroke, very methodical, very powerful, very reliable. And it looks like Dragon Masters have gone off at a tangent there, and they've definitely lost a lot of time there. So something happened with the helming there, and they've done a bit of a zigzag. So that's given open water time for Brisbane River Dragons. There's no way that Dragon Masters will be catching them up. The helm will be a little bit cross with himself, but anyway, he's still in 2nd place at the front of the boats here. Try and get onto the corner for the other boats coming around now, so they're just coming out of that turn. Discrepancy to the rules, but doesn't seem
To the uninitiated, it looks as though all was done well in those three teams.
So the other Trangia boats are just coming out of the turn now, in front of the Lakes Resort Hotel, and can't quite see the number on that boat there, but they've just come out. I think that's Manly. That is Manly.
They're leading the way down to the finishing line, with Manly coming down behind them.
We had a question from Phoebe for the win. It's always hard to predict this one, but if my practical logic says that Brisbane River Dragons have got a very good chance of being in the medals, but we don't know what's happening at the back of the pack here. Let me just see. We've got a pack of three coming into the corner now, and that's Brisbane River Dragons leading it. So I'd definitely put some money on Brisbane River Dragons having a shout at it. But there's another group of three boats coming down halfway down the course now on the far side, and let's see what the numbering is and see how many overtakes there's been, because these other three boats are definitely going to be in the medals if there's been an overtake. So let's see. We've got six. We've got Different Strokes has overtaken Manly, who was in 5th position when they started, and Pittwater DBRC in 4th position. So I definitely think that Brisbane River Dragons and Different Strokes are going to be in the running for medals. Famous last words. Let's see if I know anything remotely about dragon boating. We might find my thoughts that are wrong, but that would be my hunch. And as far as bronze medals concerned, could be anyone's game. Five there. Manly has overtaken the Pittwater DBRC. So if I want to go for a clean sweep, I'd say possibly Brisbane River Dragons, Different Strokes, and Manly. Maybe the three in the gold medal, silver medal and bronze medal positions. I'm not saying in that order. We'll just have to wait for the times to see what we get there. But that's my take. Anyway, well done to all these teams. It's a hard race, especially with the wind conditions today. They've done very well.
So they've now finished their 2 kilometres, and what do you think of their...
So we got one boat on the far side. It's really tiring this to finish, and they've got another 100 metres to go. But you just got to keep it going, a bit like a metronome. You just got to keep ploughing through the water, even though your body is crying out to stop. But they're nearly there. Well done. Honestly, it is an achievement just to complete the 2,000 metres. Forget anybody else you're competing with. It's an achievement in itself just to get round this course, because it's 4 times longer than the distance, the 500 metres distance we've seen today. And with these turns and with the headwinds that they've had to experience, then it's tough out there. But I would swap places with them and get out there, because there's nothing like the wind in your face and the fight between you and that water, and keeping in time with the rest of your team, feeling part of that team. So many great things. And when you get to know your team members and you know maybe some of the personal issues that go on in their life and how they overcome things, it makes you want to work for them. So here comes the boats now into the unloading area, the Dragon Boat car park, as I call it. Dragons will be happy having another run out, but there they all go. And Brisbane River Dragons in the distinctive yellow caps and blue outfits. Manly just coming in now to dock, boat number 5. It's always nice to glide the dragon boat against sand. I don't know why. I don't know if that's something like when you are on holiday and you are on a speedboat and you draw up to the island. But everybody's waiting their turn to go in. There'll be lots of pats on the backs from all of the, not just between your own teammates, but with the other crews. There's always a great big respect between everybody competing in dragon boating. That's what makes the sport so unique. Sometimes you can see this elitist behaviour in sport where everybody is so grumpy and and upset with each other, whereas in dragon boating you tend to get a lot of camaraderie because everybody knows what it takes to do this. So let's see what the results say. I'm hoping we're going to get them before the next race. And, well, I got 2 out of 3. So Brisbane River Dragons in... no, I didn't. I got 1 out of 3. So Brisbane River Dragons took first place with a time of 10:48.7. Dragon Masters 10:56.7 in second. Power Blades 11:12.8 in third.